10:37 right now here on the Morning Accent. Being smart with your money is always important, but it isn't always the easiest, for sure. Here to teach us a few tips is certified financial educator Kim Scouller, who just got off her flight from Atlanta and joining us here. You say you're from Louisville originally.
That's right, yes.
Well, great to have you on. And your book is How Money Works for Women. Does it work differently for women than us guys?
You know, money doesn't care whether you're a man or a woman, but women face different situations with money than most men do.
You know, a lot of times in the household, women are controlling the checkbook, paying the bills sometimes, and so there's a lot to juggle, and you kind of know where the money is going because you're doing things for the kids, you're planning the meals a lot of times.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. So what is the number one tip you have for women, how to get control of these things if the way the economy's been, sometimes things get a little wonky?
Well, you know, there are a lot of things that we encourage men and women to do. You know, talk about money. It's one of those taboo subjects that...
Why don't we like to talk about it?
You know, there's a lot of mystery around money.
You have it or you don't.
Where you either have it or you don't,
Right?
And maybe you don't even know how much you need to have. And so there's like the scarcity mindset about money. But talk about it. You know, let's get it out there in the open.
Isn't it a good idea to write out all of your monthly expenses, write a list on a piece of paper,
right?
Look at what you know you got coming in and try to connect all the dots, right?
Well, you know, that would be the second thing that I would recommend, like know your numbers.
Okay. What's
coming in? What's going out? What are you paying for? How much do you owe? You know, what's your insurance? What's covered? You know all of your numbers and then think about, okay, what are the numbers I need for the future? What do I need for retirement or to send my kids to college or to pay for my daughter's wedding?
Do you find that people aren't thinking that far out because sometimes you're just trying to get dinner on the table that day or that week?
Well, 75% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And so they are focused on the day-to-day, just getting through the day-to-day. And so we want to encourage you to understand what the numbers are day to day, but also be thinking about those future numbers.
You are having an event coming up. Is it happening this weekend?
It is. This Saturday at the Golden Lamb Restaurant in Lebanon, Ohio, a wonderful brunch about health and wealth for women.
Gotcha. So that's great. The Golden Lamb, a beautiful restaurant up there. Maybe meet with you and find out exactly maybe how to just get things in order, because it sounds like, you know, with the way the price of eggs, the price of meat, everything lately, some budgets just went out the window.
Exactly. Inflation has had such a huge impact on what we can do with our money, and it's going to have an even bigger impact in the future.
And if you're looking at things like when you're making your lists, there may be things, I think during the pandemic, a lot of folks signed up for things, streaming and other things, that maybe now look at that, am I really using this? Do I really need, what can I live without, right?
Right. Well, eliminating the unnecessary once you know your numbers is so important. And streaming services are a big area that people just kind of overlap and layer and don't think about it. But that's $1, $5, $10, $25 a month.
They all add
right
up.
Out the door.
Yeah. Before now, you're looking at like what, $100 right out. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, great to have you on. And I hope your event, what time does your event start tomorrow?
1 o'clock.
And that's at the Golden Lamb up there in the lovely town of Lebanon.
Yeah.
Great to have you on. Thank you so much.
Stefano, thank you so much.
A pleasure. And always good to talk about getting your money in gear. All right, stay with us here. Kathleen's got a look at your forecast. Should be great to get to the Golden Lamb tomorrow after this.